Jeff, mate. How you doing? You bored? Yeah. Whatever happened to the adopted Malcolm? I have no idea. I'm not sure. I know he. I think he kind of like disappeared and that like just before like I did and that, but I'm not sure. Not sure. Well, I say I disappeared. Like, technically, I didn't like disappear or anything. I just obviously like I just say like obviously like the whole situation like on the other channel and that. Obviously, I'm still around and that. So yeah, but hopefully he's okay. I mean, I think I might heard. I mean, I might be wrong in that. Like, so obviously, if I'm wrong, obviously I was like I do apologise for that. But I thought Michael did say something like. Not long after he disappeared and that, like saying like he is doing okay, he's just working on some stuff. I might be wrong, but yeah, like hopefully he's okay. Yeah.
Good timing, Commander. We got a transmission coming in from the Citadel. Top priority clearance.
Is it the ambassador?
It's not his signature. I think it's from the Council. I'll patch it through to the comm room.
Commander Shepard, we've received information that may be critical to your mission against Saren.
Turn it off. Can't even hear it.
I'll take all the help I can get.
We've received an urgent message from one of our infiltration regiments in the Traverse.
You mean spies?
Spectres tend to attract attention, Commander.
It's the West Ham game.
But they
I
are
did,
only one
yes,
arm
I
of the
did.
Council. Special task groups are often a better option for monitoring development.
To be honest, I thought West Ham got lucky. To be honest, I thought Fiorentina were the better team, but West Ham took the chances when they came, and obviously like defended better than Fiorentina. So yeah. But I don't think West Ham played great, but I think it was just a typical West Ham performance. But obviously, he got them the win, so obviously fair play.
What did they find?
Unfortunately, the message we received was little more than static. The infiltration team must be in a situation where they can't set up proper interstellar communications. But the message was sent on a channel reserved for mission-critical communications. Whatever they were trying to tell us, we know it was important. Considering your interest in Saren, we thought you might want to investigate this. Find out what happened.
Bloody Moyes, yeah.
The signal originated
I mean, I don't hate Moyes as much as like a lot of our fans do and that. But as I've getting older and a bit more wiser and that, I think he could have done things a little bit differently. I still feel like the main culprit of us like getting relegated was Ellis Short and that, like, especially the back-to-back relegations and that. But I think Moyes' attitude could have been better, like as well and that. Like I think his attitude was pretty poor, but I don't hate him like as much as like what some Sunderland fans do and that. But yeah, his attitude wasn't great.
I'll look into it.
The Council prefers not to become involved in the specifics of Spectre activities. We only want you to be aware of all your options, including Vermont. Good luck, Commander Shepard. We will keep you advised if we learn anything else.
Where's your mate Clayton? That lol. Give him time. Give him time. Yeah, he'll be here. Do you know what? Right, I'm just going to say this right now. That like Clayton is absolutely brilliant, right? Because Clayton was he's always like ever present on there. Like when I used to do the Sunderland channel, Clayton's actually been with us for a long time, and that like Clayton was actually one of the first like people to start following us, and that. So yeah. Hi Harry, mate. How you doing? because I used to do like Sunderland content on this channel in the past and that, but I changed all that because this channel's focused on like Mass Effect like content, like now, and that. But in the past, and I used to do pretty much like all sorts of that on this channel. I used to do old Sunderland stuff, and that's how Clayton found us. So Clayton's actually been like following us for quite a while. So yeah. You doing good? Nice, nice. I think I started when you had 500 subs. Yeah, it was probably something like that, yeah. I think it's time to head to the Citadel before we head to Nevaria. We'll leave Vermeer's all last. It's the best way to do it. Started when you had like 300 or something like that. Nice, nice. I appreciate that. I really do. Despite the whole like, the way things ended and that, like there was some good like times and some good moments on that channel. There really was.
Message coming in. Patching it through.
Commander, I'm glad you're in the area. We've got an emergency situation, and you're the only one I can trust to get the job done.
How can I help, Admiral?
Biotic fanatics have hit a medical research station with a psychotropic drug. The drugs have temporarily driven researchers crazy, and the biotics are effectively using them as human shields.
Apart from yeah, aside from like all problems and everything and that, yeah, getting beat 6-0 away at Blum and Bolton, and that was awful, really bad.
So if I shoot everything that moves, a lot of researchers are gonna die.
Exactly. A normal team could handle the biotics, but a lot of innocent researchers would die during the operation.
Oh, Michael from on SCFC Fan TV, yeah, I remember that. Get this clown out. Yeah, Lee Johnson, yeah.
I'll do everything within my power to bring those researchers back safely, Admiral.
I know you will, Commander. I'm sending you the station coordinates now. Fifth lead out.
Also, I'm just going to say this, like now. I'll say this now, and I'll say it at the end of the stream as well. Like anyone that is watching like this stream, or if anyone that watches it back when it's a video, like the Summerfest game, like show or whatever it's called, that is actually going on right now, and I think it officially starts at 8 PM like UK time. So if there is any news about like the next Mass Effect game and that, obviously I won't do a video about it tonight, but if there's any information or any news or anything, I'll probably bring a video like sometime tomorrow, like reacting like to it and that. But obviously, like hopefully, and that like there is some news tonight, because I really hope so on that, because I'm craving a new Mass Effect game. I really am. Don't get us wrong, I love the trilogy and that, absolutely great. And I do like Andromeda. I think Andromeda's like a decent game, like as it's like on its own, like a standalone game and that. But and I do love the trilogy a bits and that. But I am crying out for a new Mass Effect game, and that I think a lot of people are. So, like I said, if there is any news or anything during that Summerfest like live stream that's going on, and that at 8 PM. Then I'll bring a video tomorrow reacting, and I'll mention this again at the end of the stream as well. So yeah, Lee Johnson's the son of Gareth Southgate. I mean, I'm not a big Gareth Southgate fan like either in that. But if I had to choose, I would probably say Southgate over Lee Johnson. Just.
Equalizing interior pressure with exterior atmosphere. Logged. The commanding officer is ashore. Exo Presley has the deck.
When things go well, good, but when things go bad, yeah, that's true. That's what tends to drive you mental, and that with certain especially managers and that, like, you don't really rate, or if you have like problems with.
That its research colony on Pharos is finally returning a profit. New discoveries and a dedicated colonization effort have finally paid off for Exogeny. Exogeny's stock rose sharply with the announcement, with investors pleased at this surprising news.
I can't get away with it. You can't get away with these games. Yeah, I know they're not for everyone and that, but yeah, I'm a huge Mass Effect fan. I mean, don't get us wrong, I play all sorts of games and that. Obviously, I play FIFA and that, even though FIFA's not as good as what it used to be. I play a lot of first-person shooters and that, like sometimes even though Call of Duty's not what it used to be either. I'm actually a really big fan of Battlefield at the minute. I like that, but I play all sorts of games. I really do in that, but like Mass Effect and RPG games and that, like Mass Effect's definitely my favourite. Like the Mass Effect series is my favourite like game series of all time. But I think RPG games are probably my favourite genre of game. Still playing FIFA? At times. I'm still trying to find a decent career mode, and that's just I don't know. It's just even FIFA's got problems and that. You know what I mean? Like gameplay's not great. The AI's completely overpowered like always. So yeah.
Good to see you, Commander.
Good to see you, Commander. I might be wrong, but there might not be like much I actually do on the Citadel, and it just depends, like certain like periods of the game. Like near the beginning of the game and near the end of the game, there's actually quite a bit like going on the Citadel, but in the middle, sometimes not really. You just gotta be lucky. I went my way around. I'll start in the embassies. What do you think of Nectarios? Nectarios Trianatus. I think it's a good one. 6 foot trees. Yeah, enough height. Yeah, yeah. I think it's a decent signing. I think the lad's got potential. I mean, I don't think he's going to play that much football straight away. I think as the season goes on, I think he might get some game time. I think it might be something similar to like Elise last season, where he had to bide his time a little bit, because Elise didn't actually start playing like regular football until I think it was the Watford game, wasn't it? And that when he actually won and scored. Like, but before that, Elise was kind of like just like on the bench a lot. But as it stands right now, and that, in my honest opinion, like when they're fit, I still think Danny Bart and Dan Ballard are our like strongest like defensive partnership pairing. I really do. No, but I do think Trianatus like has got potential to get some game time.
I saw your fellow's report. If we had known anything about the Thorian, Exogeny would never have been given the permits to start a colony there.
Thank God the colony survived. We can't afford to have too many failures out in the Traverse. It's one of our major expansion regions.
You don't give a damn about the colonists. It's all just politics to you, isn't it?
We can't all be the hero who charges in to save the day, Commander. But we each serve humanity in our own way.
You can't escape interstellar politics. It's part of the big picture. Sometimes it isn't pretty.
Just ignore him, Shepard. The ambassador's a little bitter sometimes. Comes with the job.
Yeah, like exactly. Like for the time being and that, like I think he will be like back up. I think obviously the fact that he's our first one through the door, and obviously like later this month he'll like officially like join up with the rest of the team, and that I think he will get a lot of game time in pre-season. I think he'll play every cup game. But yeah, like I think he'd be there as like backup if we do have like an injury to like Bart or Ballard. I mean, hopefully not. Personally, I would still like to see someone go out and sign another centre back. Because like I mean personally, I would, part of me would like to still keep Bailey Wright, but I think Bailey Wright will probably leave because Bailey Wright like wants to be playing games, and I understand. And I mean, Bailey Wright's probably too good of a player to be like stuck on a bench. But is he good enough to be playing week in week out for us now? Probably not. A decent backup option, but obviously Bailey Wright doesn't want to be a backup option. So so I would still go out and sign another centre-back. Now, the next centre-back for me has got to be a good one. It's either got to be Van Heck, Sanderson, or Cresswell, like someone like that.
Do you know anything about Vermeer?
Sorry, Shepard. I've never even heard of it before all this. You'll have to go out there and check it out for yourself.
I should go.
I'll be here if you need me.
Oh yeah, I love it. I love Bailey Wright. And that, like before Pritchard came, Bailey Wright was my favourite Sunderland player. And that, but yeah, I just feel like Bailey Wright, maybe his time at Sunderland is coming to an end, unfortunately. I don't think Bailey Wright will leave just yet, but I think Bailey Wright will probably be one of those players that will probably end up leaving, probably deadline day or something. Like, if not deadline day, like January and that, and I think it will be like a permanent move away. They'll probably just let him go on a free as well, because we got Bailey Wright on a free transfer as well, so I don't think the club will worry too much about that, because obviously we didn't spend any money on that, so obviously they can afford to let someone like that go for nothing, so... But he's been a good servant, Bailey Wright, like most times in League One, obviously one of the best centre-backs in the league on his day. But I just think in the Championship now, and that I just feel like, for me, Dan Ballard and Danny Bart are much better defenders, like the Bailey Wright. So.
Shepard, what can I do for you now?
I'll be going now.
Goodbye, Commander.
Goodbye, Commander. I'm stuck on Garrus. Oh, God.
Thank you for all your help, Shepard.
Van Heck, but I think Taylor Harwood-Bellis will be. Oh yeah. Like so even someone like that would mind. I just feel like no disrespect to like Trianatas or anything, but obviously he is like one of those signings that's obviously like more for the future, and that like. We need one more centre back in, and I think it's got to be like the calibre of like when we signed Dan Ballard last season, someone who is still young, you know, at the age of like 22, 23, and that someone like that, but someone who's already got Championship experience, and that because when we signed Ballard last season, he already had experience with Millwall the season before that. So I do think we need a centre back in with Championship experience. Like basically for me, someone who's actually gonna be competition with Danny Bart. Because for me, like when Ballard's fit, he plays, and that. For me, Danny Bart like plays if we don't get another like experienced centre back in. But if we do get an experienced centre back, then for me, like Danny Bart should be like a backup option, in my opinion. One more centre back, and I think we're done. Like with the centre backs. I still wouldn't say no to maybe another right back. I think left back we could get away with it maybe, but I think we do need another right back in, like someone to be like competition, like with Trachum or like back up to Trachum. Maybe like someone experienced at right back, you know, like you can like teach like Hume a few things, like push the lad. Because Hume's our number one right back, and he's earned the right to be in that, because Hume was fantastic last season when he broke into the team. But that's the thing though, I mean, I know Gooch, that can be an option as like a backup there, but I would still like a proper right back to come in like anyway. Basically just to make sure that we've got plenty of options in each area of the pitch, so we don't have another injury crisis and that, and square pegs and round hole situation like last season. You know what I mean? Because we always seem to leave ourselves short in certain areas of the pitch. That seems to be like a typical Sunderland thing.
The excavation team has run into an unexpected problem after unearthing a Prothean dig site. Hanar protesters have blockaded the dig site, claiming that artifacts of the Enkindlers, as the Hanar call them, should not be disturbed. The excavation team has appealed to Hanar representatives on the Citadel to reach a diplomatic solution.
Van Heck and that. Well, yeah, like Van Heck was on loan at Blackburn, and that when Mowbray was like still there. So obviously, I hope there's still interest in Van Heck. I really do in that because if we did actually like finally bring Van Heck to the club, I think that would be like a signing that was like kind of like, you know, like kind of like pushed by Mowbray and that, like, you know, like Mowbray wanting to work with like a player that he's worked with before. Play the Black. I think he did, yes. I think he might have, yeah. I mean, I'm still not sure about Van Heck in the Premier League at the minute because I've seen Van Heck play a couple of times for Brighton in the Premier League, and at times he looks good, but at times he looks like maybe a little bit off the pace and that with the Premier League. But in the Championship, I think Van Heck could easily be one of the best centre-backs in the league. And obviously, if he was with us and that, he could improve and become a better defender as well.
Greetings, EarthClan. How can this humble servant be of use
Hi,
to
Clayton,
you?
mate. How you doing?
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
Goodbye, Commander. You doing well? Yeah, not bad, not bad. What's everyone talking about? Oh, not just me talking about the fact that obviously getting like Trey Atlas in is obviously a good sign, and you know, like someone who's got potential and that like could get some game time next season. But I would like to see us bring in like, you know, like a more experienced like centre back, you know, similar to like the Ballard signing last season, like whether that's like a like I was saying like a Van Heck or a Cresswell or a Sanderson or even like Harry said, even like Taylor Harwood-Bellis, like someone like that. Even Aaron Trusty, like from Arsenal, who was on loan at Birmingham last season, and that I mean apparently he's valued at £2 million for a 24-year-old. I would actually say that's a bargain for Trusty. So I mean just think 24. That's not that bad of an age. I know the club's a bit funny when it comes to the ages of players and that, but yeah, even Aaron Trusty wouldn't be a bad shout for me. I think and he's a left-footed centre-back as well. That's something that we could use as well. Because all our centre-backs are... Well, apart from Elise and that, but he tends to play more left-back, but pretty much... and Anderson to an extent, but it'd be good if we had like a more experienced out-and-out left-footed centre-back. I think we should keep Wright to settle him... Or to help him settle him, but... Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, if it was my choice, I would like to keep Bailey Wright. I think as a backup, he'd be a good option, but Bailey Wright will not want to like sit on the bench and that like all season with us, and that's why he went out on loan to Rotherham last season. I mean, is Bailey Wright? Because I was saying earlier, and that is Bailey Wright good enough to be playing for us week in and week out now? Unfortunately, no. But I do think for like Bailey Wright's age and that, he's too good to be sitting on a bench. Bailey Wright should be out there playing week in, week out. Probably more likely a lower-end Championship team or a top-end League One side. So, yeah, I do think Bailey Wright will leave. and that whether, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was like deadlines here or maybe in January possibly.
I'm waiting for someone else.
Yeah, let's have a quick game of Quasars, why not? Damn it. I probably his ages coming to his career now that, let's be honest, he will want to end up playing. Well, yeah, exactly. In that, and that's the thing. In that, like, a player of his ability in that should be playing games. He shouldn't be stuck on a bench. And that, as much as that would be great for us. And that, because technically we could get away with not getting another centre back if we kept hold of Bailey Wright, but obviously, like you said, Bailey Wright doesn't want to be a backup option, and obviously understandable. Conrad Vert.
I've got an idea, and I wanted to run it by you.
I've got a lot going on right now, but I can spare a moment.
Great! This will just take a minute. With so many human colonies being attacked, I'm not sure that one Spectre is enough. What if you signed me on as another Spectre?
Conrad, I don't think that's a good idea.
But I'd make a great Spectre. I'd be right there with you, showing the Council what humanity is capable of. I want to be with you, fighting the good fight like you did on Elysium during the Skillian Blitz.
I believe you, Conrad. But there's another fight that needs you.
What? I don't understand.
You know what keeps me going out here? Knowing that people back home are keeping humanity strong.
You're right. I just got so caught up in all of it. I wanted to help. I'll go home. Thanks for setting me straight.
If he knew he was going to be backup option, he probably wouldn't have signed the new contract last summer. Yeah, that is true. Maybe at the time, and that maybe Wright thought he was actually going to get more game time, and that, before he went out on loan. So, I mean, he had a couple of games last season, but didn't feature that much.
Not too many people have free access to the tower. Even less get commissioned to the council.
I'll keep him as well because we wouldn't get a free for. I wouldn't get a fee for him as well as being good in the dressing room as being a good defender. So, yeah. Yeah, in an ideal world, yeah, but yeah, I'm just expecting him leaving, and that's whether it's like this window or the next one, and that like to be honest, and that like. And I was saying this earlier as well, because we signed Bailey Wright on a free transfer like after his loan spell, and that I don't think the club would be too bothered in that about like letting him go for like free. I think like clubs are only bothered about losing players for free, like if they paid fees for them. So I don't think they'd be too bothered and that about losing them like for nothing. They'll probably just let him go on a free. I mean, just think Stoke like let us have Danny Bart on a free, and that because of his age and everything.
The Quarians endangered the entire galaxy
Feel
when
it
they
right,
began
go
to
with.
break free. I hope your people are
Just
properly
terminate his contract and let him join whoever.
As the Turians are
Yeah,
properly
maybe,
contrite for
maybe.
releasing the genophage upon the Krogan.
You're assuming that.
But I mean, I suppose like to help them out as well, and that like they could like just still keep them like contracted, like look after him and like just wait to see like let him go to like whichever team that comes in from that he wants to join. I mean, you never know, a team back in Australia might come in from because remember when I did that video in the past on the Old Sunderland channel, and that when I found out that Wellington Phoenix and that were and that like when I said like Wellington Phoenix the like the white team in New Zealand that plays in Australian league, like apparently like they were actually close to getting them and that, but I think we stopped the move at the last minute or something. So how's his recovery going? Oh yeah, exactly, and that because he did suffer a nasty injury, didn't he, at Rotherham? So he might not even be fit for a bit. So
Stand by, shore party.
yeah, it's a good point. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Progress. Logged. The commanding officer is aboard. XO Presley stands relieved.
Was if he fit he won. Yeah, I suppose that is true. And that like if he's like still like injured and that if he's not fully fit, then yeah, he's still going to be here for a while. But that's why, like I said, in that, like if he doesn't go like this window, like if he was fit like just before the January window, then you could see him leave in January. So I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. Goodbye. You're right, just still season. We'll be gone at the end of yeah, exactly. And that so yeah, so he's either going to leave in the summer, January, or the end of next season. So yeah. Your knees kill him? What happened? Playing football at my college today, my knee buckled under me after oh damn. Just bad stuff. So he's on the ball, yeah. Change controller. Welcome back, Harry. I forgot to idea tomorrow means. Oh yeah, the pottery. I remember you talked about that. Yeah, Jesus. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Good. Oh, see you, bye. This we apparently, hopefully, he just lets me go on with it, yeah. I have a question. Can you see the point of the boss getting my mum in the college for my behaviour with a week to I think it just depends on the whole like situation and stuff, and that whether they feel like it's like necessary and that, like, even now, like, regardless. I don't know. Just depends really. Oh shit! Missed that.
Let's get moving.
Let's get moving. Swore a few times. Ah, right. Excuse me.
Have mercy. The entire colony must have been transformed.
Get down!
I don't see the point personally, but I guess they need to enforce the rules with us at first. Yeah, right, yeah, it's like obviously from their point of view.
All clear.
Where do you think Clark will go this summer? I think it just depends on, like, whether you believe the rumours or not. I mean, if you believe these rumours and that, like, you know, like the rumours saying that contract talks have stalled and that, so that means that the club will, like, you know, like, looks like they're going to sell them. If you believe that, well then possibly, but then you get Ian Hart, his agency, and he's perfectly happy at the club, but at the same time, money talks. Money talks in football, and the temptation of potentially playing in the Premier League might lure him away as well. So, I mean, for me, I've seen some people, and I think this is a bit over the top. I mean, I know Watford sold João Pedro to Brighton for £30 million, right? Which I think is a ridiculous amount, right? But so I've seen some people say Clark's worth 30 million, and I personally disagree. And I think minimum for Clark should be £15 million, minimum. But even if we did sell him for 15 million and that, there would have to be like add-ons as well. Like anything less than 15 mil, and I would say it's a bit of a disgrace. Like 15 mil plus add-ons, and I think that's actually like a decent fee, and that especially considering it's your second season in the championship. Doesn't really matter if contract talks have stalled. He still has 3 years. I've seen some people actually react that way as well, but in a way it kind of does, because it doesn't really like matter how long he's got left in his contract, because if teams are looking to sign him, right, and they're like maybe potentially going to offer him more money, right, which obviously every Premier League team would offer him more money to play for them right now than us. So that's why we rumoured to have like started like contract negotiations to extend his contract, but an improved deal and also more money. Now, if we can't offer him more money, then that 3-year contract means nothing if he does want to leave now, and if a Premier League team comes in, they're going to offer him more money anyway. So technically, the length of a contract means nothing really in football. The only thing that matters in that is what wages they're on, and can you keep them happy as well. Especially if it's a player that's attracting a lot of interest in that from Premier League sides. So if we want to keep hold of Jack Clark, we just have to hope that either he actually comes out himself and says that he's staying, or like those like reports were a load of rubbish, and he does sign like a new and improved like deal, like more money, and that maybe like an extra, maybe a 2-year contract extension, and that like on top of his 3-year with more money, and that like I don't know. If not, then there is a strong possibility. I mean, I did say before that the players that would be more likely to like be sold is Clark and Patterson. Now, I think Patterson's probably more likely to stay, because Patterson's even come out and says he's in no rush to leave the club. So I think that's it. That pretty much says that Patterson's going to be here for at least another season. But Jack Clark hasn't actually like come out himself. Yes, obviously Ian Hart says it, like he's happy and everything. But if Jack Clark's not coming out and saying that he's happy here and he wants to stay, then there is a strong possibility that Clark could potentially leave if he wants to like try his luck in the Premier League again, and if he's going to get more money. If that makes sense. I know I went on for a little bit, but... But at the same time, it also comes down to the club as well. Like, how like, do the club really want to keep hold of Clark? Because the original rumours were that the club wanted to keep hold of Clark because they to try and help us push for promotion this season. But... like, I mean, that's the thing, and I mean, I don't want Clark to go on that, but this is where the model's going to be put to the test as well, because if we do sell Clark, what they're going to do with that money? Are they going to reinvest it into the squad, or they're just going to put it like straight in the back pocket? Because if they don't reinvest like some of the money off sold players, then this model and this ownership is a waste of time, in my opinion. If they don't do it the right way, in my eyes, it doesn't really matter, because at the end of the day, he doesn't really matter if he wants to leave or not, if people don't pay the... I mean, there's many different factors that you can look at with the whole situation, but at the same time, it comes down to like what Clark really wants, and also like, do the club really want to keep hold of him, or do the club want to like make some money off him? if we sell Clark along, we improve the. So Clark, we improve the squad with the money. I guess fair enough. But if we're going to, yeah, but well, yeah, that's what I mean. Like that's when I know a lot of people and that are praising like the whole regime and everything and that, but that all really this regime, right? The ownership and everything can only be judged like once it actually comes down to the club selling off a big name player for a massive amount of money. And that, like, yeah, like if they reimburse that money into the squad, then you're like, fair enough, they're doing it like they're doing it the right way. But if they don't, then obviously they don't care about the club or the fans or anything. All they care about is making money. So that's why we just have to wait and see like what their approach is to selling players, like when it comes. Caspian. We'll go Ashley and kid. Jeroboam has 3 kids. Yeah. 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 Jeroboam goes out with Danny Dyer's mum and daughter, and that, which obviously the actor Danny Dyer and that he's a West Ham fan as well, and that. So yeah. You got 3 kids at first, I told her. Because he didn't believe her, yeah. Have you ever... No. Not in person or anything, no. I said by the time we were 26, you expect us to have 3 kids. She doesn't. Kids, so that means no. Ah. So he used to live not far from me, and one of his mates, one of his best mates was my postman. Ah, right, okay. Oh, is it that Kano? And that, like Kano that used to do like the jockey on his like videos and stuff. Like, yeah, wasn't he like the one that used to be the postman? For her any day. Yeah. Yeah. So it is Kano. Yeah. Yeah, it used to be hilarious that when he used to do like the jockeys and stuff. What a way to rank up by just decrypting a woman like weapons locker. Yeah, that's the most boring way to rank up. Do you remember when he nearly got kicked out with the cinema? Oh no, that's ridiculous, that. Oh, that's stupid.
The logs show this ship was exploring near the Perseus Veil. Looks like they found some kind of alien artifact. They brought it on board, and then... This makes no sense, Commander. They plotted a course straight into the Perseus Veil, like they wanted the Geth to find them.
What else did the logs say?
The entries don't make a lot of sense after that. It's like the captain's mind was falling apart. He doesn't say anything about how they got back into our territory.
Yeah. The Geth turned them into husks and left the ship where someone would find it, trying to show us what happens to organics dumb enough to enter the Veil.
The logs show this ship was exploring near the Perseus. They brought it on board, and then...
That artifact must have done something to them. Why else would someone fly into Geth space?
The entries don't make a lot of sense after that. It's like the captain's mind was falling apart. He doesn't say anything about how they got back into our territory.
Yeah. The Geth turned them into husks and left the ship where someone would find it, trying to show us what happens to organics dumb enough to enter the Veil.
I can't understand if it's a full stadium, but if the seat is free, who cares? It's not what you football is. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I got you. It's like a maze to get away here sometimes.
Looks like we've got an active distress beacon on the planet below, Commander. No message, just a locator signal.
Just like Terry not being able to record in the stadium. At least he's not recording anyone who doesn't want to be in the... What is it? Yeah. Because it's like the whole like AFL like rules and stuff and that, but there again, that like pretty much most people like get away with it anywhere and that, but just for some reason some stewards at the stadium like seem to be quite strict about it. I want to do beforehand my video on mine. Yeah, but it's hard to film the picture. Right, yeah, that's true. Hard decryption. That was in house. But some rules are daft, just like in Yeah, a lot of rules in there can be stupid. Yeah, working Thane. No. Not at the moment, no. Although in a weird way, right? I mean I've never made any money off doing this, but technically overall, and I know some people that I know obviously you, for example, Jeff. I know obviously you've only pretty much known us since the Sunderland channel, but I've technically been doing YouTube and that for nearly 10 years now. Isn't that 9.5, 10 years, something like that? So in a way, I've never made any money off this, but this is probably the closest thing that I've done to work and stuff. I've put a lot of hours and dedication into this channel, and obviously the Sunderland channel when it was out as well, so yeah, it's something. Yeah, if you go on this channel and you look on about and that, I'm sure it says I started it in either 2013 or 2014, so I've either been doing it for 9 years or 10 years, so... Oh no, actually, sorry, no. I started the YouTube channel in 2013 or 2014, and that's because of a college project that I was doing. and that. But I've been uploading like videos and that probably like for about 7 to 8 years, something like that. Yeah. That's right. That's right. So it's about 7 to 8 years that I've been doing like YouTube and that, like all together. My girlfriend got wrong today for wearing a crop top. I mean, you see, wear what you want, so don't complain about what she's wearing. I work at Rolls Royce at Washington. Ah, nice, nice. Twelfth of November 2013. This channel was created. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, obviously, I'll quickly have a look, right? Like be very, because even though I've deleted like a lot of videos on this channel and that, like my first ever video I did was a Mass Effect like video, so I'll be able to tell you exactly when I started like uploading like properly and that. Because like I said, I had to start the channel for a YouTube like project because I had to like take a screenshot and everything, so I didn't do anything for the first year or two. So I will confirm how long I've been uploading for. Alright, okay, so I was wrong. I've been uploading videos and that, and I've been doing YouTube for 6 years. You want to work, to be honest, Lynn? Yeah? Yeah, my very first video was 6 years ago. Yes. So, there you go. Yeah, so the channel is almost... Yeah, so the channel's almost 10 years old, but I've been doing YouTube, like, properly and that for about 6 years. And that, but technically that it'll be about like nearly 7 years. So yeah. So yes, I'm a YouTube veteran. I have got a Twitch channel as well on that, but I haven't really got like an audience like over there, so I haven't really like done like much streaming on Twitch for a while. Is this game a bit like Doom back in the day? No, nothing like Doom. I mean, like the good old like Doom games and that, they're like classic, you know, like first person like shooter. Like, I mean, well, that's the thing. Every single Doom game, because there's been new like Doom games as well. I've played one of the new Doom games. I haven't played like Doom Eternal or anything, even though a lot of people say that one's really good. But Doom's like a classic, you know, like first person like shooter and that, whereas this is like a role playing game. It's an RPG third person shooter, if that makes sense. But no, nothing like Doom. The Mass Effect games, they're very story driven. Like you get to make like your own decisions and that and everything and that. So like what you decide and that like kind of like sets like the course of like, you know, the path of the game and everything.
Rescuers? Oh, thank God. See? I told you somebody would come to investigate that signal. My name is Dr. Ross, Chief Exogeny Researcher at this facility. We've been trapped in this room for days. We're almost out of food and water. You got here just in time.
Prefer what I did fake you give us stick. Yeah. I mean that's a figure that like I did used to like doing the live streams of like the Sunderland Grey Awards and that because they used to do really well on the channel and that like they did. But obviously I got very stressed out with that because obviously the way the gameplay was. I didn't release my first YouTube video. Oh, you didn't realise that your first YouTube 8 years ago? Wow. Nice. Yeah, so quite the veteran yourself, Clayton. Decent.
I need to know what's going on. Why is this place crawling with Thorian creepers?
How do you know about the Thorian?
I know what Exogeny was up to. I saw what they let the Thorian do to those colonists, so I destroyed it.
Our secret's out then. No point in my lying. You already know the worst. The creepers here were created using altered samples
you should subscribe to
we
Clayton,
discovered a way
Jeff.
to turn them into docile, obedient servants.
Yeah, Clayton's got a pretty good channel.
Everything was going fine until a few days ago.
He does like certain like Sunderland news and that. He does his predicted 11s and everything and that. So yeah, give him a sub. And that, he's canny.
Any idea why they turned on you?
Maybe there was still some kind of link between the creepers and the Thorian back on
Yeah,
Krios.
wind you up here. You're terrible at YouTube. Nah, of course not. Oh, that's the thing, that nobody's perfect on YouTube and that. Aside from obviously the massive YouTubers and that, because obviously they've got all the money and stuff. You know, like have all the equipment and everything. I mean, if you can actually upload like a video to YouTube, then that's not terrible. You're uploading something, so you know what you're doing. You know what I mean?
Any chance some of the other people at the base might still be alive?
I doubt it. Too many creepers out there. They never stood a chance. We're the only ones left.
Why didn't you send a clear message asking for help? All we had was that signal from the emergency beacon.
This is a closed communications base. Exogeny was worried about someone on the project selling secrets to a rival firm or reporting our work to the authorities. We have no direct communication with the outside. Only the emergency beacon. It sends a general distress signal to the Exogeny site on Pharos. They're supposed to send a team to respond inside of 24 hours.
Do you ever watch the telly now?
Sounds like they had problems of their own.
Unless it's like football and maybe like the odd thing here and there, like I mainly just play games and that, or watch like like Netflix and stuff like that.
I've heard all I need to.
Look, I know what we did here was wrong. I'll admit that. But it's over now. There's no sense reporting this to the authorities, right?
You were in charge of this project. The safety of the staff was your responsibility. They trusted you, and you betrayed that trust.
Be reasonable. I didn't mean for this to happen. Besides, how does it help anyone if I end up in jail? Normally Exogeny would have my back, but it sounds like they're going to have their hands full cleaning up the mess on Pharos. But I've got money. A nice little emergency fund I set up. It's yours if you let us go.
The victims here deserve justice. I have to take you in.
That's not going to happen. Open fire. Open fire!
Fire in the hole!
I do miss the Fridays we bowers and a drink good time. Yeah, like I said, and that before the season starts, and that you'll see me and Michael and that doing a video on that. So it's better than nothing. The only thing I watch on the telly is sport. I watch them. Yeah, like I said, it's sport and like a odd few things here and there, but not an awful lot. here watching more videos back because I was just a sweet. Well, that's the thing that like sometimes I'm a little bit like skeptical about watching like my own like videos back sometimes. It's like it's funny because it's like I'm comfortable like in obviously like live streaming or like recording like myself, right? But I'm not very comfortable watching it back of that. I know that might sound weird, but. The ones I do, not much better. No problem, but the ones I could use to work, you just can't. I can't remember if I've already painted this one system or not. Is my voice a lot deeper to when I was... Well, yeah, obviously that does change. But my first video was Son vs Tottenham on FIFA 15 Cream Mode. Ah, right, okay. Yeah, I think I've already been here. In my team now. No, but obviously, like at the time, and that obviously there wasn't anything like as bad and stuff. You know what I mean? And obviously that was just from a game point of view and stuff, you know what I mean? Guess I never went into anything, can't really trouble through it, I just use it. Well yeah, just a game, yeah. Hopefully so I remember from Norwich Grey Mode. Alright. Sandoval keep it off camera so we're not showing them what I don't know. I went and released him so that I had to buy another. Oh. Click the wrong button by mistake and I couldn't back out because I... What? If I'd done it now I would just back out because I saved the game off. Yeah, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for saving me from those things.
Commander, that's him. That's Dr. Saleon.
What? My name is Hart. Dr. Hart. Please, get me out of here.
Are you sure it's him?
Positive. There's no escape this time, Doctor. I'd harvest your organs first, but we don't have the time.
You're crazy. He's crazy! Please, don't let him do this to me.
We'll take him in. Drop him off with the military.
But we have him. We can't let him get away. Not again.
Copyright claim. Yeah, like I've had my fair share of them over the years.
If he dies, we'll never know what he's been up to or how he did it. We'll take him in, interrogate him, and he'll serve his time.
Okay. You're right. You're a very lucky Salarian. You owe the commander your life.
Oh, thank you so very much.
And so he dies anyway. What was the point of that?
You can't predict how people will act, Krios, but you can control how you'll respond. In the end, that's what really matters.
Yeah. I don't think I ever met anyone like you, Commander. Well, I guess we're done here.
Oh, skip it. Who cares? The worst I can do is take a video down of 6 years ago, but nobody's watching. Right. Yeah, I suppose if it's not like a one that you're too bothered about, then yeah. Tell you why I do YouTube, because I have autism, so I feel like I have a voice and people are listening because of it. Yeah. Didn't mean to put that. That's alright. It's fine. Doing anything interesting though? Not really. I guess probably nothing until like Saturday for the Champions League final, but obviously tomorrow, probably not. There's a glitch and I can't get in there because I can't open the door. Stupid. Guess I'll just try again. For me watching the clock for about 6 hours. yeah, I get that. But I suppose the only little problem is when when you keep looking at the clock, and that means it's going to drag, really drag. Let's try again. Yes, dragging an hour feels like one to you. Yeah. Yeah, I know how you feel. That's how I used to feel sometimes, and that, like, yeah, like, I've been guilty of that, staring at the clock in the past, and that, like, the times, like, we're just, you know, waiting for school to be, like, finishing that, just like, hurry up, man.
I'm on my way.
Still can't go in. Okay. Strange. Right. Just couldn't my girlfriend during pottery, to be honest, but I guess I'm gonna do. Right. Maybe. System already. Yeah, you don't want to get moved, yeah. Alright, so new planet. Wait, new system. Right, yeah, that is true, you can do. You got wrong for going to the toilet. Okay. Yeah, very. Welcome back, Harry. I'm here. You don't need to. Well, every minute of the day I can look after myself, yeah. Apparently, Joby isn't ever done. It's done? Is it? I haven't seen anything yet. I mean, I know it's getting closer and that, but I haven't seen anything that's been done yet. Jesus Christ. Scott Wilson from the Echo was still reporting that this middle deal despite his brother saying it was fake news. Yeah, but I thought we found out like in the end that his brother like felt like he was forced to like say that because he was getting like too ahead of himself and that. I don't know. I mean, to be honest, I think it is starting to look likely now that this middle deal like will happen and that, but I think it might take a bit longer and stuff. Maybe think national clearance and stuff. I mean, yeah, I know that's the same for treating actors as well, but it might be a bit more complicated, the fact that Samir a free agent, so maybe.
Won't get me next time.
Teacher said to me about this middle deal. If his brother was saying he's definitely going to Sun, then he's not. Then he's not going to get the best.
They're in my head. All of them. With knives.
Right, yeah.
Message coming in. Patching it through.
Good work, Commander. You took down the biotics with minimal collateral damage.
I killed innocent people today, Admiral. The biotics set it up, but I pulled the trigger.
The biotics had every advantage, including human shields. You lost a handful of civilians. Any other unit I sent in would have lost dozens of innocent lives. You saved a lot of lives today, Commander. Fifth Fleet out.
Thoughts on all these players going to Saudi Arabia? Right, it's basically just for money. So I think the Sun and Sun have already signed, but the ones that are very close. Wait, yeah, like, it does seem like Semedo and Bellingham, and that will be the next ones. So, but after that, it would be nice to get like a couple of experienced ones through the door as well, just to get the balance right. The injury crisis were. Right, time to head to Navaria.
Approach control, this is the SSV Normandy, requesting a vector and a berth.
Normandy, your arrival was not scheduled. Our defense grid is armed and tracking you. State your business.
Citadel business. We got a Council Spectre aboard.
Landing access granted, Normandy. Be advised, we will be confirming identification on arrival. If confirmation cannot be established, your vessel will be impounded.
What a fun bunch. I think I'll take my next leave here.
Back on the Saudi Arabia thing. If I was offered something like 15 million a year, 2 or 3 years, I would find hard. Well, yeah, exactly, and that, I mean, obviously, it's good money. I mean, obviously, the league's not great, although, I will say one thing, I mean, the Chinese Super League and that, like, try to do the same thing as well, where, yeah, the league's not great, but with all these star names going to the leagues and that, it does make the leagues a lot more interesting, and on paper, I suppose it does. I mean, Ronaldo's already there. Obviously, like, Benzema's now there. Obviously, N'Golo Kante is going to be joining. And that, it looks like Alexis Sanchez might be going there, but he might be signing for one of the smaller teams and that, but they've all got them. That's the thing, that even the crap teams in Saudi Arabia, they've all got the money to lure these players there. So, yeah, it seems like the Saudi Pro League is starting to become the new Chinese Super League, but the thing is, they can keep it going because they're a more wealthy country than China. So Zaha might be going. Yeah, that is true, yeah. And that's the thing, and that before Ronaldo went there, and that there's already a few, like, not like major names, but there's already like a few like good players in the Saudi League, like Anderson Talisca is there, who used to play for Benfica. Odia Nagalo, that used to play for Watford and Man United, he's there. Musa Mariega, Andrea Carrillo. I don't know if you remember Grigors Krychowiak, the Polish midfielder that had a spell at West Brom before. Like, he's over there. Ever Banega and that. So there was already some decent names. But you're getting higher profile, top class one players going there now. But obviously, obviously only for money and the fact that because the careers are nearly done. So
that's far enough.
We're not here to cause problems.
This is an unscheduled arrival. I need your credentials.
You first.
We're the law here. Show some respect. I'm Captain Maiko Matsuo, Ilanis Risk Control Services.
I'm a Spectre. My name is Shepard.
Load of horse crap, man. We will need to confirm that. Also, I must advise you that firearms are not permitted on Novaria. Sergeant Sterling, secure their weapons.
Oh yeah, that is true, yeah.
Citadel authority supersedes yours. Stand down. Their house, their rules.
If you think this is best, Commander.
Captain Matsuo, stand down! We confirmed their identity. Spectres are authorized to carry weapons here, Captain.
You may proceed, Spectre. I hope the rest of your visit will be less Parasini-san will meet you upstairs. Behave yourself.
If you do FIFA 23 career mode, do Schalke. Schalke? Why Schalke?
Get out of here. I'm sure Parasini-san will answer any questions you have.
I am Gianna Parasini, assistant to Administrator Ananias. We apologize for the incident in the docking bay.
I appreciate your help.
You're welcome. You understand our security chief was only doing her job. One of my duties is orientation of new arrivals. Do you have any questions?
Pretty heavy security for such a small port.
The executive board does everything in its power to protect the privacy of our client corporations.
I can't have my investigation hampered.
Tread lightly. The board can bury you in litigation. You'd need an Asari lawyer to see the case through.
just a German club with a bit of history. Well, yeah, like Schalke are like a massive club, so yeah. Yeah, Messi not going. I will say one thing, at least Messi has a little bit of credential and that, so at least you can praise him for not going to Saudi. I mean, don't get us wrong, you'll still get a decent wage, like in America with Inter Miami, obviously nowhere near as much as what you're getting in Saudi Arabia, but at least like you I mean, the MLS is still like a retirement league and that for like big name players and that, but at least there's a little bit more dignity, if that makes sense, because obviously if you go to like Saudi Arabia, play football, it is purely for the money, whereas the MLS, I think it's a little bit of money, holiday, but also the experience, because the MLS has come a long way in that, like, in recent years. Like, the MLS has got better and better in that, like, the teams, like, it's a very competitive league, you know what I mean?
Has anyone unusual passed through here recently?
Unusual? And a sorry matriarch passed through a few days ago. Lady Venezia.
Venezia.
Alright, yeah.
She is here?
Can I speak with her?
Venezia left the
To Fort Wrexham.
research complex days ago.
Okay,
To the best of
retirement.
my knowledge, she's still there.
Could you tell me how to get there?
You'll need to ask Administrator Analeas for clearance to leave this port.
Much of that happens.
Where can I find
I mean, very unlikely. I mean, he's already got a job like with the Spurs, like youth development, hasn't he? So.
Understood. Can we go in now?
Of course. If you need any help, you can ask me at the Administrator's office.
She is here. I can't believe it.
I was a footballer, I would go to the MLS for a holiday for a year, to be honest, yeah. I mean, to be honest, yeah, like, obviously the money would be tempting, but the fact is, you would still get decent wages in America, especially because in America, you've got designated players, like, each team in America can sign up to, like 3 designated players, like, ones that are, you know, like out with, like, the wage, like, cap in America, so obviously the homegrown players and, like, anyone that's not like a major like player and that, they'll be on like lower wages, but designated players that go to like the MLS and that when they're contracted to a team, they're on like higher wages, like Chiellini, like for example, or Lorenzo Insigne, you know, like players like that. Or even like Javier Hernandez.
The galaxy's most respected site
or Carlos Vela.
in scientific research and development. For your own safety and to protect the privacy of others, you are required to obey any directions given by our security personnel. If you have questions or concerns, our friendly administrative staff is always available. Thank you, and enjoy your stay.
Thank you, and enjoy your stay.
The managers warned us about you.
The managers warned us about you.
This one offers greetings. You are the Spectre that visits Port Hanshan.
News travels fast here.
Indeed, esteemed Spectre. Your arrival was not greeted with any joy by the companies here. This one has a burden that you could ease. If an arrangement could be made, it would compensate you. This one has procured a special item for a customer. The item is not permitted within the station, but you could bring it through customs.
You want me to use my status to smuggle?
I have no clue why Gareth Bale left football for golf. I know he was getting old and he was very good at golf, and I think he played in the P. I don't know about that, but well, strange.
I won't carry anything if I don't know what it is.
This one must be discreet. Rest assured, the contents pose no threat to anyone within this port.
I want to know where this package is going.
This one's customer prefers to remain anonymous.
I'd be stupid to do this without knowing I'm not equipping my own enemies.
Your words are not unreasonable. The customer is the Krogan called Inamorda. That one is a bounty hunter of some repute, and quick to anger.
Yeah.
You understand this one's urgency. That other grows restless from the delay.
I have no problem with that.
This one humbly thanks the Spectre. The package will be delivered to your vessel. All you need do is bring it to this one. Please do not mention this to Administrator Analeas. That one would levy fees. Is there anything else this one might help you with?
Could I buy something now?
Is there anything in particular the Spectre is looking for?
Holland direction. There's been rumours that Eden Hazard is... Yeah, I've heard about that. Yeah, like he's considering retirement. But to be honest with that, like, ever since he left Chelsea and that, his career has just been awful, like, absolutely awful. I mean, I know he's had a few injuries and that, but the thing is that, I mean, he's never really had a standout game for Real Madrid, either. He should never have left Chelsea. If Hazard was still at Chelsea, that like Hazard like could have potentially like been, if not the best, one of the best players to ever play in the Premier League if he stayed at Chelsea. Because in the Premier League on his day and that, he was absolutely fantastic, unplayable at times. But he clearly went to Real Madrid and that for more money as well. I mean, yes, I know when Real Madrid come calling and that they're a hard take to like turn down and that like. And that they're one of them like big names. If they approach you, you're going to join them. But obviously, he went there for money as well.
I apologize for my rudeness when you arrived. I meant no disrespect. I have a responsibility of corporations here. The arrival of an Alliance warship was unexpected.
No harm was done.
That is a generous
So go Saudi Arabia about MLS for one last period. There has been some rumours about maybe the MLS. So I don't know, like maybe that's like something like that might come back into the picture.
Tell me about yourself.
You first. Security guard. I heard that there were no human specters. How did you get that job?
My crew and I were involved in Saren's raid on Eden Prime.
You disabled the nuke. That makes sense. Special Tactics likes people who can think on their feet. I served in the Marines for a decade, mustered out and went private sector. I was under fire a few times, so I ended up leading this detail.
Always got filled in school. Yeah.
There are guards everywhere. Are there that many problems here?
I'm sure Parasini-san gave you the ultra-special blah-blah about business here. Everyone wants to be protected from everyone else, but everyone also thinks they have a special right to kick over everyone else.
So you have to keep them from getting too eager.
Most of my job is diplomacy. Two corps start yelling at each other, my people walk in, flash some ceramic, and they start talking civilly. If there is anything this job has taught me, it's how to be impartial.
Why are you still here? Are you guarding my ship?
All of the companies have secrets. Some of them deal in things that are not quite legal. Having a Spectre here makes them nervous. Analeas-sama is buried under petitions to kick you off world.
Then you're actually protecting Normandy from the companies.
I am protecting them from themselves. They do not have the personnel or training to assault an Alliance frigate.
I'll be moving on.
Very good, Commander. Please stay out of trouble.
I'm keeping my eye on you.
No, we lost 4-3. Isn't Chelsea the same line? No. One of the best performances I've ever seen from a player again. Oh no, yeah, Hazard, I know, he was brilliant, wasn't he? Yep, just couldn't handle him. I mean, that'll also go down as like Hazard's like best ever like Premier League game as well. I mean, yeah, he's had a lot of great games, and that in the Premier League when he was at Chelsea and that. But that game at the stadium, like away from home, and that, yeah, he was unbelievable, wasn't he? Just could not handle him. But you know what was more like, you know what actually beat him in Hazard's performance that day? Josie Altidore scoring and John O'Shea scoring. So there you go. They beat Eden Hazard performance all day. It's definitely up there, yeah. To be honest, Altidor's goal against Chelsea was fantastic as well, and that, like the way he just like turned and smacked it in. I mean, O'Shea's took a massive deflection of that, but still, yeah, good old. Nah, but I loved Josie Altidore, like I really did. And I know his goal record was terrible, but at least he was one of the players during that period and that where he did actually try. Like he did try and he did care and stuff. I mean, he's even talked, like mentioned before, that he wouldn't mind like if we came knocking, if he like came back to Sunderland one day, you know, try and like redeem himself and that. You know, when Sunderland was said to become the richest in the world, because that's American businessman. Yeah, but yeah, it was Michael Dell and that and his consortium, but obviously that didn't fill Bardsley's score for us. And Bardsley like scored an own goal and that which put them like put them 4-2 up, and that then Phil Bardsley made it 4-3 not long after, and that. So so scored at the right end, then scored at the wrong end. But yeah, like Michael Dell and his consortium and that like could have bought Sunderland. I mean, I wish it had have happened. That would have been the best thing that ever happened to this football club in recent years. But unfortunately, Grady, Donald and Meffin didn't actually want to sell like the club, and that they just wanted they just wanted them to invest. And that, which obviously, they did like give them the loan, and that was a £10 million or something. But I do think like Dell and his consortium actually wanted to buy the club outright, but obviously they didn't want out at the time because we were still in bloody League One.
How can I help you?
How large are the facilities here?
We have 17 research complexes built into
Three
the
people
mountains.
who
Each is a self-sufficient facility housing a staff of
score.
hundreds.
Oh, I can remember Bardsley scoring a few. Yeah, like Bardsley scored like some decent goals for us and that, like at times.
Tell me about the companies that work on Novaria.
Over 250 high-tech firms rent our labs. Major shareholders include
Quadra will be laughing. Well, I don't know about that. I mean, that's the thing. Like, if they had like bought us, and that obviously, it would have been great. But we still would have had to have gotten like back-to-back booming promotions, and that's just to get back. So yeah. But at the time, and that, like, obviously, we would have had potential in that to be one of the big boys. So yeah.
Your guards work for ERCS, don't they?
The executive board gets a discount on facility security.
Ilanis
also develops lethal and non-lethal weapons.
Yeah.
Binary healing. They work in genetics?
BH is a leader in genetics and biotechnology. They try to keep a low profile in the media. Much of their research is in biotic modifications. That angers many Luddite, organic baseline, and fundamentalist groups.
Haven't I seen synthetic insights in the news lately?
They're one of only 4 corporations licensed by the Citadel Council to develop artificial intelligence. They attract many protests. No agitators have ever breached our security. That's why they invest heavily here.
I'd like to speak to Annaleas.
One moment, please. Mr. Annaleas?
Yes, what?
Commander Shepard is asking to see you, sir.
Right, fine, come in.
Oh yeah, Man United in the semi-final second leg, and then Man City when we won 1-0 playing. Yeah, he was playing left back that year, because that's the thing. Obviously, he was frozen out the team, and that by Di Canio, but then Gus Poyet like started giving him a chance. And that because, like, on Poyet's first game in charge, I mean, I know Poyet's first game was bad because we got beat 4-0 off Swansea away from home, but he threw Bardsley, like, back in the team, and then obviously Poyet's first, like, home game in charge, and Bardsley playing again, and scoring at left back. I mean, I know, like, obviously, like, Bardsley, like, scoring that day, but where's Brown? And that was fantastic that day. Like, he actually came back in the team as well, because he'd actually been, like, injured for a while. Came back in. I think Wes Brown was man of the match as well.
You will excuse me if I don't stand up. I have no time to entertain colonial rubes.
I see you looked up my service record.
Only a fool enters negotiation without knowledge of the other party's tendencies. This greeting is a courtesy. I will only cooperate as required by the Executive Board. Businesses come here to avoid the second guessing of galactic law.
Are you telling me you have no safety protocols?
Don't be ridiculous. Do you think a for-profit company would take no precautions against loss of life and material? Project leads have the final say here, not meddlesome politicians.
I've heard an Asari matriarch is here. Venezia?
She arrived a few days ago, accompanied by a personal escort and some cargo. She's up at Peak 15.
This was Catmull. Yeah, Catmull didn't feature that much under Canyon either.
What can you tell me about her cargo?
Large, heavy, and sealed. It passed weapons screening. Beyond that, it is not our concern.
What do you mean, personal escort?
The phrase is self-explanatory. Bodyguards attending to the safety of her person, mainly Asari commandos.
Commander, you didn't think that odd?
They followed all our regulations.
Yeah,
I had no
that's the only good thing like Decanio ever did. The Southern manager beat the mags and did the knee slide. Aside from that, Decanio crap.
What brought her out here?
If I knew, I wouldn't be at liberty to say. She came here as Agent Saren's executor.
Excuse me, his what?
Executor. Saren is a major shareholder in Binary Helix. Lady Venezia is authorized to act in his name. She is here on business for Binary Helix. There were issues at Peak 15 that required Saren's attention.
I'd like to see her, immediately.
I'm afraid that you cannot. Peak 15 is a private facility in the Skadi Mountains. Regardless, there is a blizzard in the area. Shuttles are grounded and surface access has been cut off.
Surface access, you say?
Cut off, I said. The roads are not suitable for travel. Don't make an issue of this, Shepard.
Forget it, Commander. If he won't help us, I'm sure someone else here will.
Back to my other questions.
Every minute of my time you waste costs the company 12 credits. I will keep a running tally.
Do you do business with Saren?
I believe I explained this already, did I not? He is a major
You might have
investor in
shit
Binary
some
Helix Corporation, which is one of Bavarian's
mags.
backers.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Is Binary Helix developing weapons for him?
No. We'll club that up. That's heading in the right direction. So, yeah. But we'll get back to where we belong eventually.
Opold wants me to smuggle a package through security.
I need more than your word to act on that. Bring me whatever he's smuggling, and I'll act accordingly.
So you'll arrest him?
No one here is fond of trials. They make shareholders nervous. More likely, we would simply let him go. Of course, he would be blacklisted by the companies here.
Here's the package. Proof enough?
I am no weapons expert, but it seems to me that this is a rather advanced device. Certainly contraband. It would have been unfortunate if this had reached its buyer.
How thankful are you?
I am willing to give you 200 credits and a pass to leave Hanshan. Not without an understanding between us, of course. You can only go to Peak 15 to speak to Lady Venezia. If you cause trouble or if the staff asks you to leave, you will be thrown off-world.
You know, that's a dangerous weapon. It shouldn't be left unsecured. I should impound it.
Of course. That makes perfect sense. I wouldn't know what to do with it anyway. It would be best if you kept it. If there is nothing else, I would like to go back to work.
I'm leaving.
Good. I received a dozen urgent messages while you dithered about.
About 5 minutes.
How can I help
Alright.
you?
Nothing right now, thank you.
Very well.
If Sergeant Sterling catches me with you, she'll...
Greetings, Spectre. Have you brought the package?
Analeus has the package. He offered a better deal.
The other did what? The Spectre has betrayed this one? The one called Analeus will send guards here. Does the other understand? It will be very difficult for this one to make its living here.
For what it's worth, I'm sorry. Dealing with Analeus expedited my mission.
This one does not find that a comfort. This one wishes the other to leave now.
Have it your way.
Oh, excuse me.
The male human at the hotel bar? He's a sales rep for Binary Helix. His name is Raphael Vargas. I need you to speak with him.
Do you know who I am?
Everyone here knows who you are, Dullstone. That makes you ideal for my job. You are a known quantity, or so Vargas will think. He will assume you are here to investigate his company's dirty laundry. That will distract him from
7 in the morning. Alright, no worries, Bill.
Real intentions.
Catch you later. You have a good one.
He's right there. Why not talk to him yourself?
I wish I could. I already bungled this myself. He realized I was not a real buyer.
I don't know anything about Binary Helix. What would I talk to Vargas about?
I represent the Aramali City Council on Thessia. Our town is known for its biotic amp crafters.
What is your city's interest in Binary Helix? They do not manufacture amps.
Much of BH's work relates to biotics. There are rumors that the Novaria branch has flown in Asari biotics. Powerful ones. Commandos, to be specific. We want to assess any potential risk to Asari copyrights. You will present yourself as a buyer, on behalf of the Spectres or the Alliance. Discuss their military enhancement programs. Your real objective will be to distract him. I will give you a device that will crack into his personal wireless network. It will upload a variety of monitoring viruses. They will infiltrate Binary Helix when he logs onto their intranet.
What's in it for me?
Money, of course. I would be well paid for this. So would you. 500 credits.
You think this uniform's just for show? My job is to enforce the law, not break it.
Welcome back.
Do you think that Binary Helix obeys all the laws? That they do not spy on other companies?
What they might be doing somewhere else doesn't justify my acting against them here.
Very well, Spectre. I will be on my way.
Can I help you?
You're the Spectre, right?
Can I help you?
What sort of...
Sorry. The hotel is off limits to those without incorporated.
Don't hang up. Elder brother, it's me. I'm on Novaria now. I can't talk long. This call is costing 10 credits a minute. It's real time, Richard. Tools would be cheap.
You gave my package to the administrator.
I had my own business to take care of. Your package was a means to an end.
I don't blame you. I'd have done the same. Opal and I, though, we're going to have a long talk.
produce a metal feature way more next season. Last season was said to be one of the best players every time he played this PS. Oh yeah, there was definitely promising signs of Dewey last season. Yeah, I think he should get more game time, like the same with Isaac Lahaji as well.
Afternoon. Sit down, have a drink. What can I do for you?
Who might you be?
Lorik Keene. For the moment, I am the manager of the Synthetic Insights office.
For the moment?
Mr. Analeas closed my office. He claims to be investigating reports of my corruption. The administrator is an interesting man. He's become quite wealthy since he took direct control of rents.
I sense a connection there.
Indeed. I acquired evidence of Analeas' actions. His hired goons are ransacking my office to find it.
How did you get this evidence?
I arranged for certain devices to find their way into his office. Purely for my own interest, Synthetic Insights would never tolerate such action. They recorded many undocumented credit transfers. The data was transferred to my office.
Who was that? Let me feel that was linked. Tom here, he's called. 28-year-old for Heronvine. I hope we actually get him. I really do, and that I think he'd be a massive upgrade on Corey Evans, and I think he'd massively improve our central midfield as well, and offer some experience as well, being 28. So
Never tolerate such action. They recorded many undocumented credit
yeah, exactly, experience.
The data was transferred to my office.
What we need, yep, exactly.
Is there anything I can do?
I would never decline charity. However, there is one issue I should mention. Violence against Mr. Anna. He has members of Hanshan's security team searching my offices. He's paying them under the table. Miss Matsuo is unaware of their outside employment.
If I have to kill the guards, I'm afraid I can't help you. There's still the law around here.
True enough, though I hasten to point out that Ms. Matsuo disapproves of outside contracting. If you change your mind, I will remain here. I see no other options at present. Back again. What can this old Turian do for you today?
I've been thinking over your difficulties with Analeas.
Indeed.
Is there anything I can do?
I would never decline charity. However, there is one issue. Violence against... He's paying them under the table. Miss Matsuo is unaware of their outside employment.
I'll focus on trying to get your evidence. If I'm lucky, I won't have to fight anyone.
It's right here. Night live view. Yeah, no.
Pass into our offices. It will activate the elevator. The evidence is on my office computer. This OSD contains an encryption key to access it. Slide it into the drive and it will auto-execute. Oh, and do try to keep bloodstains off the carpets, would you?
Make us regret letting you keep those guns. Spectre, right?
Yeah, that's me.
I used to be in military tech. Except for my ego's people, everyone's too corporate here. They just sit around sipping expensive water. So what can I do for you today?
What do you do here?
I'm the chief mechanic.
If you would sign Ethan Led from Man United, that would be good. Yeah, I wouldn't say no. I mean, he's got a little. If he's still here, he's got a little bit more like experience in the Championship. I mean, where was he on loan last season? Was it Swansea? Or was it QPR? It was Swansea or QPR, and I can't remember which one.
You seem like you have an ear to the ground. What's happening around here?
There's the problems up on Peak 15. Synthetics Insights was shut down by Annihilus, and the Matriarch came through.
Swansea, yeah.
What was that about Synthetic Insights?
Scuttlebutt says Lord Keane was on the tape. So Annihilus shut down SI's offices, quietly, so no off-world lawyers come in on it.
What sort of problems are there at Peak 15?
Don't know. There's a blizzard up there, but we've had those before. Never cut the satellite uplinks before. 15's always had a lousy reputation. Nobody talks about what they do there. And everyone sent up comes back a little quieter.
You know where that Matriarch is now?
Should do a Fortnite match. Fortnite?
She took a shuttle to Peak 15
I mean,
lost contact.
I've played Fortnite a few times, and it's okay, but I'm not a massive fan of it.
I have to go.
I don't hate it as much as what I used to in that, but yeah, I'm played for a little bit, but then the novelty wears off pretty quick.
Freeze! Hanshan security. This office is sealed.
Lord Keane gave me a pass in.
Keane? Are you working for him? He's under investigation.
Annihilus is paying you to shake this place down. Does Captain Matsuo know you're here?
Hey, I'm not the one who wants Keane. Annihilus has a Varen up his ass about this. How about this? You pretend you didn't see us, we'll pretend we didn't see you.
What is Mass Effect about? It's a sci-fi series. Not you play as an Alliance Marine called Commander Shepard, and that basically, you've just got to try and save the galaxy and that from a certain alien threat. There is more to it than that, but it would take a hell of a lot of explaining that in a lot of detail. So that sounds good. Yeah. I love it. I love it. Battlefield 1 and that is something. Battlefield 1? Battlefield 1 was okay. I actually, I preferred Battlefield 5, to be honest. Although, at the minute, I do actually really like Battlefield 2042 at the minute. Really into that.
I don't think you're supposed to be in here, Shepard.
You have me at a disadvantage, miss.
Ah, now you're gonna show some respect? I'm Sergeant Kyra Sterling, Ilanis Risk Control Services. Annaleus would throw you off world for what you did here. I won't. You know what we did to cop killers on my world?
Your men are dirty, Sergeant. You're here off-duty, breaking the law for bribe money.
I didn't want to fight them. They fired first.
Well, I don't need a damn...
Commander, there have been reports of noise from the Synthetic Insights office. Would you know anything about it?
Probably Annaleus' thugs ripping the place apart.
Smartass, huh? That's fine. I can work with that. Meet me at the hotel for a drink before you talk to Keen. I'll be waiting.
Smartass.
Sergeant Sterling was killed. When we get the one responsible, we'll take charge.
Don't know why, but Mass Effect has that Star Trek and Star Wars vibe. I would say it's more similar to like a Star Trek kind of like vibe in that, because when the first game originally like came out back in 2007, a lot of people used to say it was the best Star Trek game that was never made. Yeah, so I would say Mass Effect's like probably got more, like probably more closer to like Star Trek than Star Wars. So.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. Parasini, Novaria Internal Affairs.
Why is an internal affairs agent here?
The executive board knows about Annaleus' corruption. I've been undercover for 6 months. I want you to convince Keen to testify before the board. With his evidence, this planet can run profitably again.
I thought corruption was the rule on Novaria.
Star Wars.
The rule is don't rob.
Oh yeah, love Star Wars.
Is tolerated if it doesn't interfere with business. Annaleus is driving customers away.
You work for Annaleus. Can't you just take his records?
He's a crook, not a moron. He doesn't keep logs on his computer saying, this month I stole 3 million credits. Keen's testimony and records are everything I need to prove Annaleus' guilt in one package.
Why don't you ask Keen directly?
I'm Annaleus' secretary. You'd think he'd believe me? That he'd meet me in some dark alley with his evidence?
I'd like to help you, Miss Parasini, but I need Keen's garage pass. It's vital to my mission.
Yes, yes. Fate of billions and all that. I couldn't possibly understand how important your work is.
Annaleus is dirty. It might be best to help him.
Look, Shepard, I don't like this either. You Spectres play fast and loose with the law. That's bad for business.
Do you know why the matriarch is here?
Something to do with Peak 15. She arrived after we received their Code Omega, automated warning of a containment breach. She came with an escort of Asari commandos. They took the last shuttle up to Peak 15 with a load of crates.
Do you know what she had in the crates?
No idea. The commandos wouldn't let anyone near them. They seemed heavy, though.
What's happening up on Peak 15?
Before the weather closed in, Hanshan received a Code Omega signal from him. Code Omega means a terminal breach of safety protocols. No one goes up until the crew sends an all clear.
That doesn't tell me much.
That's all I've got. No one knows what's going on up there.
And if the crew never sends an all clear?
The executive board votes whether or not to destroy the facility. One antimatter warhead from the battle stations vaporizes all contaminants.
So I'm back. No, that's fine. That's okay. Try Prime. What the drink?
Alright.
No, I haven't actually.
Thank you. You know where I work. Come talk to me once you know if he'll play ball.
Always a pleasure, Spectre. Any news on that matter I asked you to look into?
Did you see an Asari matriarch recently?
Yes, she caused quite a stir. It's not every day a matriarch arrives with a guard detail of commandos.
Is it so unusual to see a matriarch?
They rarely venture beyond Asari space. To see such an esteemed figure is surprising. Lady Venezia was also dressed for her role. An Asari in a pinstripe suit set tongues wagging among the younger male employees, so to speak.
Young males have an unhealthy obsession with my species.
Armed commandos were allowed on Noveria?
I don't know if they were disarmed. Of course, one can't confiscate biotic powers. Saren, and by extension, Venezia, is an important person.
What's your favourite movie? My favourite movie, Django Unchained.
If denied.
Nah, I'm a massive Quentin Tarantino fan. I love like basically every Tarantino film, but my favourite film is Django Unchained.
You know why Venezia
away from like actual Tarantino like films and that, like I mean I haven't seen the second like Avatar yet, but I was a massive fan of the original, like the first Avatar film, so that's up there as well.
I have a different question.
Humans are full of questions. I should write a book about it while I have the time to spare.
I finished the job, but an internal affairs investigator contacted me. She wants you to testify against Analaeus.
Now that you have my property, you want to dictate how I use it. I have no interest in a public spectacle.
Everyone on this station is chafing under Analaeus' extortion. You might end up a hero.
My employers rely on the goodwill of the executive board to work.
The board is investigating Analaeus. They'll be more angry at him than at you.
All right. It is obvious that I cannot dissuade you. Very well. I will testify. Make whatever arrangements you need with your contact. I will wait here.
What's your favourite Netflix series apart from Sun Until the Dead But Mine's Stranger Things? Yeah. Actually, to be honest, Stranger Things is definitely up there for me. There was a series that I watched, but it got cancelled after 4 seasons. And I was a big fan of a show called The Sinner, like a crime show. Like really liked that.
What sort of offer?
Yeah. I'll probably say Stranger Things, to be honest. Yeah. I love Stranger Things. Brilliant. Oh, and Lucifer as well, the TV show Lucifer. I would say Stranger Things, Lucifer, and The Sinner. I would say they'll be best 3 like shows on Netflix.
You better toe the line with the administrator. You don't.
Spectre, have you given any more consideration to my offer?
It took some persuasion, but Keane has agreed to testify.
That's a world of stress off my back. I'll take the evidence for safe transport. I didn't think you'd help me, being a Spectre and all. I guess some of you can be alright.
Doesn't this help you? You don't seem particularly happy.
I'm ecstatic, but right now, I just feel like a long day of work is ending. I have an arrest to make. Wish I had time to change into something easy to move in. I hate skirts.
This is an outrage. I'll see that you never work in this sector again.
Yeah, get a move on.
You, Shepard! I demand you place this bitch under arrest!
You have the right to remain silent. I wish to God you'd exercise it. See you around the galaxy, Commander. I owe you a beer.
Have you watched it? All of us are dead. No, I haven't. I assume that's is that a zombie show on Netflix? I might be wrong. It sounds familiar with that, but no, I haven't seen it. Yeah. I might have seen like a trailer for it. Is the Sun Until I Die series coming out? I don't think so. And that, I mean, I know that they were apparently I heard they were working on like a few like episodes or something like for a new one, but seems to have gone all quiet, and that's what at the minute I don't think so. But anyway, I'm gonna end the stream for now. But appreciate everyone that has stopped by. Hope you have enjoyed, or to anyone that watches the stream back, I hope you have enjoyed. So, as I said at the beginning of the stream, that like obviously the people that are obviously like interested in like Mass Effect, if there is any, I'll catch you later, Harry, mate. Appreciate you stopping by. You have a good one. But yeah, so anyone that's interested in Mass Effect, if there's any information about the next Mass Effect game and that, I'll do a video about it tomorrow. If there isn't, I might come up with an idea of like a different kind of like video instead. So whatever happens, I'll be back with a video tomorrow. So yeah, so anyway, I hope you have enjoyed the stream. If you have, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, all that, and yep, I'll see you for like a video tomorrow, and I'll see you whenever I go live next. So take care, guys, and peace.